Shalom, my good Israelite black brothers and sisters. How y'all doing today? Before we start this video off, we're going to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, our Father, and His only begotten Son, Yahawashi, our Lord and Savior. Yes, yes. So, now, y'all know that we've been having these issues with the Mexican and the Indian being a part of the tribes and things like that. And how they it doesn't correlate. It doesn't go with us. It's just not about having this type of hair, you know. I mean, that's one of the number one factors. It's just not having this color, you know, that's the number two factor, you know. It's just not the features, you know, and that's the number three factor, you know. I could go on and on and on, right? When I say that they don't fit these descriptions, they don't. So, the so-called Native American, they have done some studies. They found a 14,000-year-old human fossil. Do I believe it's that old? No. Do I believe there's some type of consistency? Yes. That link back to China. So they think that the Native American man originated from China. I think so. You know, I think the Mexican, the Native American, the Europeans and the Asians, they are all the same people. Those are all Esau's children. And when you look at it, right, I want y'all to pay attention to this one thing. Esau is just like he's like a dead cell, right, of an Asian, right? You got to listen to, why is he called Caucasian, Asian? Like, you got to pay attention to the consistency of the type of people that there is out there. When you look at them, right? That's why they burn in the sun. That's why they don't have our type of genetics. And you have to pay attention to this, y'all. Like, there's these things called haplogroups. We all have our own haplogroups. Why none of them have our haplogroups? And if you are who your father, you know, is and are or whatever, if you are who your father are, right, why don't y'all share the same haplogroups? Now, us Hebrews, and the so-called Africans and all the West African people and all them, we have the same DNA. You know, I'm gonna keep saying it because I say it in almost every video. We have the same DNA, and we are the same. It's just the Most High separated us because they believe in picking up false gods and stuff like that, and we didn't. When you look at the Native American man or whatever, he looks just like an Asian. He looks just like, you know, a Mexican, you know, and Mexicans and all them, they look just like white people. It's only us, you know, and I speak about the One West camps. It's only us that think that we're the same, you know, and we're not the same as no Mexican or no Native American. We're none of that. When you look at us, when you look at somebody like me, right, and then you look at somebody from Somalia, and then you look at somebody from Kenya, and, you know, just the West Africans and South Africans, just all of them, right? You see how it's different types. You know, we can just, you know what, let's just stick to the tribes. Let's not make things overly complicated. Let's just go through the 12 tribes, right? Let's say I'm from Judah, right? And then let's say this person's from Gad, or this person's from Benjamin and Levi. You know, do you see how we're different? There's 12 tribes, so there's like 12 different children, right? Of course, Esau's going to have 12 different children also, or however many children. He's going to have different children. That's why we don't believe that they're in the tribes. Now, they're linking the DNA right back to South South China, the southern China. They're linking the Native American man right back. And then you have to link the Mexican man right to China also. You have to link them to that area, the Asia. Basically, just to sum it up, they are called Orientals. If you look up Orientals, they all share the same DNA line. They come from the same place. It was just they dispersed also, and went different places and conquered. So we are, we getting there, and the truth is being exposed. The truth it's coming out, man. These people are not a part of the tribes, and they honestly they don't even want to be. The Mexicans and stuff, they don't want to be. They don't care about that. They want to eat the pork and stuff and the raw meat. European man, he don't care about being a part of the tribes. The Native American man, like, he do not care about being a part of the tribes. But it's the One West camps, they want to be able to mix and mingle with their women. They want to mix and mingle with their women. And it's not right, man. Y'all should stop teaching that, stop teaching that they're part of the tribes, unless you can find some concrete evidence that you can substantiate and stand on and have a floor to stand on, and not just some like rhetoric from the 90s or 80s or whatever, because it was times where these so-called leaders, they didn't say this type of stuff. It was they didn't say no Native American or Mexican was a part of the tribes, and people want to say this mixing and stuff. The Most High children are pure, man. Our bloodline and our blood and our seeds are too dominant. Stop trying to use that, because that's what Geno Jennings, that's what he tried to use recently and say we are all mixed. We all have this Edomite blood in us. No, we don't. Y'all don't believe that, because that's not how DNA works, right? If you look at my nose is a black nose. My lips are black lips. My teeth are big, right? I have woolly hair. My skin complexion is dark. My ears and everything, it matches a black person. It matches everybody on the walls of Egypt, y'all have to stop believing in that stuff, man. I'm 6'5", I'm big. We are very well blessed in our extremity area. They're not. It's everything about us, man. Our sisters, they look totally different. They act totally different. Y'all got to stop believing in that. It's all asinine. It's bullcrap. It's an oxymoron, it's oxymoronic. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't correlate. So stop trying to say we have that type of DNA in us, and let's say hypothetically we did. The so-called black DNA, it dominates. So it'll deplete that cell anyway. It will fade over time. It'll delete it. The Esau cell cannot last. That's why you see them dying. That's why even a black woman, her DNA, overpowers, the white man's DNA. Now that baby will still be considered, a bastard child. A mamzer or whatever you want to call it, is still not accepted by the Most High, because I do agree, like, you are who your father is. I do agree when it comes to that. That's probably one of the only things I agree, when it comes to that. But I don't see how, like, I could have a Hispanic baby, or a Hispanic person can have a Mexican baby, But I can see how Chinese people have babies and they look like Mexicans, and Mexicans have babies and they look like Chinese, and they all look like white people, European people. The Native American man, if you all shave their head, right, or all let them grow long, you will not know the difference. You will not know the difference. You know the difference between me and them, right? Why do we stand alone, right? Why do we stand alone? The roles You know, the flower, the rose stands alone. The Most High, the dove that he loved, favorite bird, I believe, it stands alone. You know, like Israel, we stand alone. There's nothing like us. That's why we got to stop teaching it. But they've been saying it for so long. It's just like church. It's just like Christians. They've been saying it so long to where they won't change their stance on it. And that's okay, because Salakia, in the end, we will all see, you know, who was right and who was wrong. You know, notice how all the so-called black people are putting these fringes on, not Hispanic men, you know, not these Spaniards. You know, they don't care. They want to live their life, and they have the right to live their life. You know, nobody's knocking them. You know, the Most High have a chosen people, right? He said, out of all the families, I've chosen you. You know, I've chosen you. Look at their hair, you know. Look at their hair. They don't look nothing like us. Y'all forgot that we are the sheep, right? And I say this all the time because people forget that. People forget that the Most High, he described us spiritually and physically. You know, he did that in Genesis, right? Let's just go to Genesis. Let's go to Genesis 27 and 16, right? This is when they were, you know, Rebecca was trying to trick, you know, the father, you know, and when he was trying to trick the father, and I believe it was Isaac, I believe, and he was just trying to trick the father. So they switched, you know, the texture and things like that. So Genesis 27 and 16. And he put the skins of the kids of the goats upon his hands and upon the smooth of his neck. You know, so Jacob was trying to, you know, trick his father and say, like, you know, I'm Esau, you know, but it wasn't, you know, it was Jacob. If y'all did not know, goat hair goes down. You know, Esau was hairy like a goat, and we are sheep. You know, we have woolly hair. You know, our hair goes up. So if you look at all these ethnicities and things like that, the Mexican, the Asian, the European man, the Filipino, it doesn't matter who, what, any of them, all of them, the Native American, all of them, their hair goes down and it's stringy and it's hairy like Esau. You know, it's no getting out of that. It's no getting out of that, man. So it is about your hair texture. Your hair texture tells everything. And y'all know that. You know, they know that. You know, now you do have, you know, some people who have, you know, European fathers and they have a black mother, so they do have some texture, right? But you know the texture that you have to have, because they always say, people always say this, right? Growing up, you know, idiotically, they would say, "Ooh, this person got that good hair, got that mixed hair, right? It got some wool to it, right? But it don't have pure wool. See, pure wool is very important. It doesn't have pure wool. You know, it's still stringy a little bit. That person's mixed. You know, that person's mixed. Now, it's important to know your father. It's important to know where you come from, you know, because you can do a reversal, right? And then you can have a black man who procreates with another ethnicity, and the hair could come out, you know, not pure wool or whatever, you know, still a little mixture, but at least you know your father. But your hair has to come out woolly, you know? You can't be mixed and things like that. That's why, you know, love my light-skinned brothers, right? Love my light-skinned brothers, but that's why people have this gripe with light-skinned men. This is where they get the mixture thing. You know, women are women, you know, they're they don't carry the gene. So you can have a light-skinned man and a light-skinned woman, right? But the man should mainly be my complexion, mainly. Not saying light-skinned men are not the chosen one, they're not Israel, they are. But I'm saying, like, that's where the discrepancies come in at. You know, because usually when a white man, European man, sleeps with a black woman, the baby or the child come out way lighter. But it's a certain type of light skin, though. If you are like yellow light, you are of the tribes. But if you are like pale light, then you need to go check your genealogy, because your gene pool is messed up. So you need to know who your grandfather is. You know, your dad may be black, but or light or whatever, but then his dad or his dad, you know. But if you are yellow, Europeans don't carry that yellow trait, so you're pretty much good. Like my wife, she is yellow. You know, she's that vibrant yellow. You know, she could pass for the ruddy in the Bible, you know, but she's that vibrant yellow, because we come in all skin tones and everything. So, you know, it's just little stuff like that to look out for. But, you know, we come in all shades. I want to specify that we're monochromatic. So we come in all shades. Don't get it twisted. You ain't got to be super dark and my complexion, or light brown, light. We come in all colors, so-called shades or whatever. But yeah, man, y'all just got to be careful, man. Like I seen that doing some research and stuff, and they linking them back to, Asia, the southern China, southern China. And if you think about it, that's how did the Indians get over here, and where did they come from? They came from Asia, right? They came from Asia. The so-called Native American men came from Asia, and we came on the boats. We came on the boats. That's why I say they lied about the whole thing. They've been doing some lying, they've been doing some lying, because I still believe that the original black man, right? The original black man have been everywhere. Now the Hebrews, we have been dispersed also, because we are the original so-called black man too, but we are the Hebrew Israelites. There's a lot of Hebrews. Even Esau is a Hebrew, right? Esau's a Hebrew. They came from the same father. He just didn't get the blessing. That's all that was. He just didn't get the blessing, but it's good just to study, and I could be wrong, right? I could be wrong about this whole thing, right? But the Most High, he give you that discernment, it's that instinct. And a lion knows his pack. A lion knows his kind. It's a lot of lions and, tigers and cheetahs and panthers, and hyenas. They all in the feline family, but he know his kind. He know the difference between, let's say the tiger, right? Let's say they in the feline family. He know the difference between a tiger and a dog, right? He would know the difference. It's only us that, like, the camps and stuff, like, we gotta figure this thing out, man, because you have your Afro Mexicans, right? You have them, right? You have your so-called, Chinese people, that were black people, like they were colored people, hair textured, woolly people. They just try to replace us over time and put us in these areas, and put themselves in them in the areas that they have colonized. That's all it is, But y'all do y'all research, man, and then y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Is this study inaccurate? Like, are they lying about the Native American man coming from Asia, the Mexican man coming from Asia, coming from that area and stuff like that? Are they lying? Is the European, is he a dead cell of an Asian, Caucasian Asian? Like, y'all got to really do the math. They all come from that side, man. So I just want y'all, just make y'all aware of things, man. Just make y'all aware of things. But if y'all enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe. Go check my other channel out where I do a lot of surgical teaching. Follow me on Instagram, you know, hit that like button, subscribe, because y'all know they're trying to block us, you know, and just stay tuned, man. I'm going to bring way more fire, way more, you know, information for y'all so y'all can use this so they can't use it against y'all. And my black brothers and sisters, Hebrew Israelite brothers and sisters, make sure y'all following the Most High and keeping his law, statutes, and commandments. And, you know, continue to wait on Yahawashi in his glorious return, because it is going to be glorious. And I will see y'all in the next video. This is Alpha Hebrew. I'm out.